From Washington, this is VOA News. Coming up, airstrikes continuing in Gaza. South Sudan rebels seize monitor's helicopter. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Norman. Israel again targeted Hamas leadership Sunday, killing a key financial official it said was responsible for terror fund transactions. Israeli military said an airstrike on a car killed Mohammed al-Ghoul had happened in Gaza City, just days after another attack killed 3 Hamas commanders. Ghoul was among at least 12 Palestinians killed as Israel launched 27 strikes Sunday on Gaza. Israeli military said Hamas fired 50 rockets into Israel, although no deaths were reported. Al-Qaeda-linked militants in Syria have freed an American journalist held captive for 2 years, just days after another Islamic group beheaded U.S. reporter James Foley. Kidnappers turned over Peter Theo Curtis to UN peacekeepers in the Golan Heights on Sunday and then handed him over to U.S. officials. Qatar helped arrange Curtis's freedom. The exact conditions of the release are unclear. A White House spokesman says President Obama shares in the joy and relief of Curtis's freedom and will keep using all tools possible for freedom for the remaining hostages in Syria. Congo's health minister says 2 Ebola deaths have been confirmed in the Central African country. Also Sunday, a British citizen who contracted Ebola in Sierra Leone was being evacuated to Britain. He was to be treated in an isolation unit at the Royal Free Hospital in London. This is VOA News. South Sudan opposition forces seized a helicopter the regional monitoring and verification teams that happened early Sunday, and a team member was reportedly killed. Marta van der Wolf reports.
Opposition forces fighting the South Sudan government seized the helicopter and monitors when they landed near Bentui in Unity State during a routine visit. IGAD's lead mediator, Siou Mesfin, condemned the action.
It's in violation of the cessation of hostilities agreement, and they will bear the consequences.
Opposition spokesman Mabior Garang said there was confusion about clearances for the helicopter, but the helicopter and team members have been released. He says the person who died of natural causes. Marta van der Wolf for VOA News, Addis Ababa.
Italian authorities say they have rescued 3,500 migrants and found at least 18 bodies in the Mediterranean Sea since Friday. The number of migrants attempting to reach Italy from Libya and other parts of North Africa has surged as more people attempt to make the journey on calmer summer seas. About 100,000 people have made the journey to Italy this year. European Union Home Affairs Commissioner Cecilia Malmström says she's appalled by the deaths of migrants. She said the European Commission is committed to help Italy deal with efforts to rescue and assist migrants. A 6.0 magnitude earthquake rocked areas north of the U.S. city of San Francisco, California, early Sunday. Several dozen people were injured. Historic buildings were damaged, setting some homes on fire and causing power outages around the town of Napa. Robert Graves of the U.S. Geological Survey spoke with reporters about the quake and its aftershocks.
The indication so far is that the aftershock activity is somewhat as we would expect. Which means that we will continue to have aftershocks. We may have even larger, even up to magnitude 4 or possibly even magnitude 5. That would still be considered typical for this type of a sequence. The aftershocks should die down over the next few days. but still lingering even for several weeks possibly as well.
California Governor Jerry Brown declared a state of emergency. Most of the damage appeared centered around the town of Napa, famous wine-producing region and a major tourist destination in Northern California. Acclaimed British actor and Oscar-winning director Richard Attenborough has died. He was 90. Among his most famous works was the 1982 Indian epic Gandhi, which went on to win 8 Oscars, including Best Film, Best Actor for Ben Kingsley, and Best Director for Attenborough.
That's the latest world news from VOA.